Hello, my name's Stuart with Himalayan Source, and I wanted to give you a brief introduction to the HaloFX Halogenerator. The Halogenerator, of course, is what creates your salt environment for your salt room. So briefly, the HaloFX, you can open the door, and the on-off switch is at the bottom of the unit. You turn it on by flipping the switch, and you can see that it came up red and it says stop. When it's in the run position, it will be blue, it will say run, and when it's in the vent position mode, it'll be green and say vent. And what the vent does is the vent, the grinder stops grinding salt, and the fan just runs for a little while to purge the unit. So when we set the time for this, remember that your session time is the first time set we will set, which will be the time the grinder and the fan blows salt in, and the second time is your vent time, and the combination of those two is the total session time. So for example, if you want to have a 45-minute session, you would do 40 minutes on the grinder and 5 minutes on the vent. And we'll go through that as we set it up. Under this cover is the hopper and the little auger feeder that feeds salt to the grinder and the fan. You put your salt in here. A fat teaspoon is all you would need for a session. Don't make the mistake of overfilling and the hopper. Don't fill it up to the maximum capacity. You don't need to. You will learn how much you will need for a few sessions, and it's best to use keep as little salt in here as possible to keep it from getting moist, and it'll keep dry, and the Halogenerator will work better. While I'm talking about that, at the end of every day, you want to pull the plug out, disconnect the hopper, lift it off, dump any salt that's in there out, clean the salt out of the hopper, remove this hook, pull out the auger, clean it off, brush out the inside, and I would do that at the end of every day as you're cleaning up. Put it back together by reversing the process. Plug it in, and you're ready for your next session. To program the HaloFX, while it's in the stop mode, press F1 and hold it. That is your session time. This is set for 45 minutes. You change it by pushing the plus or minus to move the time up or down. I'm going to move this back to 40. The F2 is your vent. That's the fan at the end of the session to purge the air out. That's set for 5 minutes. So now with a session of 40, in a grinder running at 40 minutes, the vent at 5 minutes, we have a 45-minute session. To set the others, you need to start the unit. Notice it turned blue. F1 is going to be your grinder speed, I believe, and you turn it plus or minus to control that. F1 and F2 is your feeder speed. F3 is your fan speed. And there's a chart in the instructions to give you parameters on how to set those for the size room that you're trying to create your salt atmosphere in. Those are the basics. It's a very simple unit. Once you program it, it will save the programming, and you won't have to do that again. If you ever need to change it, as you learn how it's performing in the room that you have, you can modify the settings to fit, to customize your particular needs. If you have any questions, please contact us at Himalayan Source. We'll be happy to walk you through any trouble you have or any suggestions that we may give you to create optimal performance. Thanks and good luck.